Yes, is it audible? Meera and Upasna?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. Okay, so Upasna has also joined, Meera is also there. Okay. See, yesterday we completed with current electricity. Today, I think we just have 1 hour for the class. So let's just not waste much time. I'm starting with magnetism. Magnetism means both the chapters. The fourth chapter also and fifth chapter also that I'm starting with. And sir will be continuing the vectors part. So see what are the important topics in the whole magnetism unit. Firstly, first you have the magnetic field of various objects. Okay. Second, Ampere circuital law is important. Third, magnetic force on moving charge. Then magnetic force on the wire, two parallel wires and all, and torque. And last we have the bar magnet and the magnetic properties. Magnetic properties means the different substances that we have, diamagnetic, paramagnetic and all. Okay, so these are all the important topics. So I'll try to cover this today, and if time is left, then I'll start with Ampere circuital law, because mostly we have to focus on the numericals, and recently the numericals have come from this first topic, magnetic field of various objects. Okay, so what all things you need to know? Firstly, what is this concept? First, this concept of magnetic field. So magnetic field, I hope you understand, when a magnet is present surrounding that, there's a space where you can feel the magnetic properties. That is called as the magnetic field. So when we talk about the magnetic field on a moving charge, so derived from Biot-Savart's law only, if this is a charge, this is moving with velocity v, and there's a point P, and this is the position vector, this basically the separation which we call as the position vector. This is r, and the angle made between the velocity with which the charge is moving and this separation r, this is theta. Okay, so what do we use here? The formula that is utilized is B is equal to mu naught by 4 pi Q into V cross R. V cross R means here we are going to use the cross product. This is V cross R divided by RQ. So if you open it, you write, see, how do you write cross product? A cross B, how is it written? A cross B.
AB sin theta.
Yes,
AB
AB
sin theta.
sin theta. So similarly, here also, if we write VR sin theta, 1R will cancel, this denominators are, right? So we get mu naught by 4 pi q V sin theta by R square. Both of these can be used. Now, Meera, you tell me what's the SI unit of magnetic field?
Tesla.
Tesla. Okay, it is Tesla,
Tesla.
or it is Weber per meter square also. Because of magnetic flux, this is also used. And Upasana, you tell me what's the value of mu naught by 4 pi?
10 raised to minus 7.
Yes, 10 to the power minus 7. Right, 10 to the power minus 7. So this is the basic part which you already know. From here, just write down these two formula. That's it. These two. Rest you all know.
Done, ma'am.
Okay. Now coming to the Biot-Savart's law. So Biot-Savart law, this basically says that if there's a current carrying element, current carrying wire is present, and the magnetic field is flowing. So when current is flowing, so magnetic field is produced. That magnetic field which is produced is directly proportional to the current. It's directly proportional to the DL. DL means a small portion of this wire we have taken. Okay, when we take a small portion of this wire, we call this, whose length is DL, we call this as the current element. Okay, so IDL sin theta by R square, this is the formula. Now, what is meant by this? Suppose this is a current carrying wire. This is a small portion which we say DL. Let's say at this P point we are calculating and this separation is R. So whatever angle this DL is making with R, this is what we use as theta. Okay, this is what we use as theta. Theta is made between DL and R. Now, there are lots of applications of Biot-Savart's law, and you have used most of these applications in your class 12's exam also. So in these first, this is very important. When you have a line segment or a straight wire, finite straight wire. This is not there in the board exam, but this is included in the JEE Mains and the JEE Advanced. So if you have a finite wire, what we do, suppose at this point P, I want to calculate the value of magnetic field. So we'll take whatever is the angle made from one edge, let's say that is alpha, and the angle that is made from the other edge, the opposite edge, let's say that is beta. So what would our magnetic field be? Mu naught I by 4 pi r sine alpha plus sine beta. Okay, so you put the value. Suppose this is given as 30 degree, you put it 30 degree here. This is given as 20 degrees, you put it here, and then you calculate the value. But important is the direction. So let us see what are the directions and how do we include the directions. So for the directions part, see, there are two methods. We'll be using simply the right hand thumb rule for this. Okay, for the direction, we'll use the right hand thumb rule. Now, two methods are there. I'll tell you both the methods, and whichever method you feel comfortable, you use that. Suppose this is let's take this example, current is flowing in the upwards direction. I want to find out the direction of magnetic field at this point. So there are two methods. See, how can we find it? This is my right hand. Okay. Now, if I have to find out the value of this direction of this, so what can I do? I'll take my right hand and I'll put the thumb along the direction of current. Okay. So my thumb, this is going upwards, right? Because the current is going upwards. Now, point A is located here. So I'll see where my fingers are moving, where my fingers are curling. You can clearly see these are pointing towards me, means away from the laptop screen, right? So this is pointing outwards, out of the page. So this will be outwards. And remember, for outwards, you use this dot. This is one method which you can use. Second method that you can use is simply, which I prefer. I don't prefer this first method. The second method that I prefer is you put the direction of palm of your hands along the direction of current. Means if the current is pointing upwards, my fingertips, these nails, these should point upwards like this. Now I can put it like this also. I can put it like this also, like this also, like this also. All these directions are possible. So what we do, the next step is you put it upwards and then you curl your fingers towards the point. So if my point is located here, and if I keep my palm like this, my palm will curl like this, not towards the point, right? My palm it will curl like this, point is here. If I keep my palm like this, now if I curl, see, now it is getting curled towards the right point. And where is the thumb pointing? Thumb is pointing towards me. That is, it is telling me that the direction is outwards. I'll tell you again. Let's take this D point here. I'm using the second method only. Again, direction of current. So current has to be upwards. It could be like this, like this, like this, or like this. These are the only ways in which we can keep the current, right, upwards. Now, point is located on this side this time, right? It's located on the right side this time. So if I keep my hand like this, it won't be curled, right? If I keep my hand like this, it will be curled forwards. If I keep my hand like this, it will be curled towards me. My point is here. So I have to curl my fingers towards the point. See, thumb is pointing inwards, right? It is pointing inwards, means into the page. So this is inwards. First tell me, Meera, Upasana, is it clear? What's your name? How do we pronounce your name? Is it Upasana or Sana?
It's a Upasana, ma'am.
Upasana. Okay.
Yes.
So is it clear, both of you?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now you tell me one thing you do. Just write down finite straight wire as the heading. In the rough, you can make that figure if you need, but write down the formula. We'll need it. Because this is important. Only the important things I'll tell you to write so that during the last days after the crash course, you have time to revise the important part. Done?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Okay. All right. This I told you, this you can quickly write. Now you tell me what should be the direction at this point. A point. Yes, Meera, right, inwards. See, right hand downwards. Point is towards the left. So I have to keep my hand like this, curl it, it's pointing inwards. Similarly, so see, remember, this cross is for inwards. Now, suppose the point here is B. So now if I put my hand like this, curl it towards the point, thumb is pointing towards me. This will be outwards. Now you tell me at this point, A, both of you. Yes, it will also be. See, if I have the current now, current is pointing towards the left side. So hand placement should be like this, like this, like this. Anyways, where the fingers are pointing towards the left. But the point is upwards. So I have to keep my palm like this. Now when I curl it, thumb is pointing inwards. So this is inwards. B point. See, hand like this, point is downwards. Curl fingers. Thumb is pointing outwards. Outwards means out of the page. Towards me means away from the screen. So this will be outwards. Last, tell me for this. And both of you should answer this time. Upasana, you too. This one. Okay, Meera has answered. Upasana, any answers? Okay, Meera has changed the answer. Okay, see, right, when you put your hand towards the right side, you cannot put it like this. It won't be curled downwards. For curling it downwards, you have the hand like this, curl it downwards. Thumb is pointing inwards. So your correction is right, Meera. This is inwards and this will be outwards. What happened, Upasana? You're not able to understand this part, direction part.
No, ma'am, my system is stuck in between. I'm not getting.
Okay, so
Can
should I
I
repeat or
answer
you've
it?
understood?
It's fine, ma'am. I'm clear.
Okay. Now coming to the circular magnetic fields. If you have a circular magnetic fields, your thumb should point towards the direction of current as if you're holding it, right? As if you're holding it. And the rest of the fingers which are getting curled, they will show the circular field, right? Circular loop. So if you have circular part, curl it, whether it's clockwise, so curl it like this. If it is anti-clockwise, curl it like this. However is the direction given, thumb will tell you the direction of current. And opposite also you can do, you can hold the current like this, thumb will give the direction of magnetic field. So you should just remember you are as if holding some current like this. So these circular loops which are formed by the fingers, these are the magnetic field lines. This is the direction of current. Now, these are also very important. Infinite long wire. Infinite long wire means the ends are extending up to infinity. So when we say infinitely long wire means, sometimes you will see the symbol minus infinity to plus infinity is also made. That shows it is very long, right? So what's the formula? Mu naught I by 2 pi r. What's a semi-infinite wire? Semi-infinite wire means one end is towards infinity. Here in semi-infinite, one end is towards infinity, but the other end is towards a fixed point like this. This is pointing towards infinity, and here we are calculating the point. This point should lie towards the finite end. This is the semi-infinite wire. Now there is one more case that can come if the wire is extended. Means what if this is not at the same level? This wire is present, but this point of calculation, this point P, this is situated downwards. So this subtends angle alpha, and you can see this subtends angle beta. So for that case, the formula will become B is equal to mu naught I by 4 pi r sine alpha minus sine beta. Got it? Should I repeat anything?
Yes, ma'am. Got it.
Okay. Then you have circular coils present. So in circular coil, at the center means when a complete circle is made, and at the center we are calculating the magnetic field. So at the center magnetic field will be N is the number of turns. So magnetic field becomes mu naught Ni by 2r. For a semicircle, same thing if I cut it into half and I want it for this. So B will be mu naught Ni by 4r. Quarter, if we choose 1/4 of a circle, this. Then at the center of it, let's say these are the centers, it will be mu naught Ni by 8r. See, this is half of it. So just multiply it with half. This is half of it. Multiply it with half, you will reach to 8r. And coming to the any angle alpha subtended. Suppose there's a random arc and this is subtending some angle alpha. So what will be, this part is having the current. Questions have been asked from this in 2023 also. So mu naught I alpha by 2r. And if you need to write it in radian, because many times we require the angles in the radian. And if it's not mentioned, you multiply it with theta by 2 pi. Okay, for conversion into radian. And axis means, see, when we are talking about the axis means this is the circular coil and this is the axis, means central axis. So this separation is x from this point P. This is small r. This is the radius, capital R, which is equal to under root r square plus x square. So this is the formula mu naught ni r square divided by 2 into r square plus x square to the power 3 by 2. So let's see some numericals from this, but see these formula are very important. So just write down the formula at least. Keep on texting done once written so I can scroll. When both of you will write done, then I'll scroll it. Okay, let's start with the questions then. This is a question from J Mains 29 Jan 2023, shift 1. So see, magnitude of magnetic induction at midpoint O. Look here. This is the midpoint O. Now, what all segments we have, what all figures we have. If you see this one, AB, this is one segment. BC, this is another segment. This is this TE, this is the third part. And ED, this is the fourth part. If you see, we have 4 wires technically, right? AB, BC. Here current is flowing, I, which is moving downwards like this, right? And this is one part, let's say this is second part. Similarly, this is flowing from DE to ET. Current I is flowing. This is the third part, this is the fourth part. And at point O, we have to find. Now see, from here, 2 figures are already eliminated. And one more thing, class, when it says this, dot, dot, dot to infinity, here also it is saying dot, dot, dot. So when dot, dot, dot is mentioned, clearly understand that this is extending up to infinity. Like this. Now see, whenever the point is on the axis, magnetic field is 0. So look, for the first segment, the point is lying on the axis, so magnetic field will be 0. Similarly, for the fourth one, see, the point O is lying on its axis, so fourth will also be 0. So basically, we'll get the magnetic field due to 2 and 3. This one and this. So both will be same. Let us first find out due to this 2. See, what will be the magnetic field? This separation is given. Yeah, total separation is given as A. So at this point O, this separation will be A by 2. Now look what I have. I just have this case. This is a wire which is extending up to infinity. At this fixed point, I want to calculate the magnetic field whose separation is A by 2. First tell me, which case is this out of all the formula which you've written?
Semi-infinite.
Very good. Semi-infinite, because point is lying towards finite. So very easy, mu naught I divided by 4 pi r. R is A by 2, right? This much we have. Now, what's the, see, when we have this, for this one also, third segment also, it is the same. So we'll multiply it to 2, right? Or you can just add it. This I have calculated. For the third one, I'll double it. So I'll get it for third one also. So when we double it, this was 2 pi. This will get cancelled. 4 pi will get cancelled. Mu naught I by pi A. So answer will be mu naught I by pi A, option 1. Got it?
Yes.
Basically, we are left with only 2 semi-infinite, because on the axis it is 0. Why it is 0 on the axis? Because when you apply Biot-Savart's law, sine theta becomes 0 degree, which is equal to 0. That's why we don't write. And 2 semi-infinites will give this sum. Okay. And if you want to find the direction, you can find. For this, it will be outwards. For this, it will be, okay, for both of it will be outwards. That is K cap. Please write this. Okay, see the next question. This is from your 25th Jan 2023, shift 1. See, match the column. So what you do, you calculate the individual and then later on you can match it. So this is a figure here. See, at the point O, you have to calculate, right? So this is the point. Look, at this point, due to these, it won't be there. It will be 0 due to this because this point is lying on the axis. So what you can do, you can use it for a, okay, no, this is not at the, this is at the center of a circle. See, I'll draw this figure. This is like this. This is the circle part like this. So you have current, you have the current which is flowing like this, and here the radiuses are. So for the magnetic field, see, when the point is here like this, mu naught I by 2 pi r will be used, right? This is a semi-infinite wire, so 4 pi r will be used. So mu naught I by 4 pi r. Similarly for this also, so you can multiply it with 2. And for the circle, what will it be? Mu naught I by 2r. Now let's check the direction so that we can actually add it or not. This is moving like this. So right side curling towards the point, outwards. For the circle, you are moving this inside, right? The curl and place your thumb inside. So this will get subtracted. This will be subtracted. So what I'll do, I'm just writing, see later on match you can do. This will become plus k cap plus this will become minus k cap. Like this you can subtract. I think third will be the option for it. Yes. When you take the common, this will be option third. Second figure is you have to find out the magnetic field for here. So again, these are semi-infinite wires, right? This is acting as a semi-infinite wire. So what you write? This is R. Okay, this is a semicircle. See, this is made up of 3 figures. It is like this. So these 2 wires and this one. So this is actually infinite only. So with a semicircle. So 2 infinite with a semicircle. Again, it will be mu naught I by 4 pi a. You multiply 4 pi r, you multiply it with 2. And direction, look. This is downwards. This is both of them are outwards. So this is k cap. And multiply it with 2 for both the wires. For the semicircle, this is mu naught I by 4r. So for the semicircle, see, it is coming like this. So we curl the fingers like this, thumb is pointing outwards. So it is k cap. So it will be this one, no? Fourth one. No, plus we are adding it. So plus pi by pi plus 2. It should be the second one, first one. This later on matching part you can do. Right now I'm just making you practice these figures if such figures come. See, this is same. This part is same. The wire that was present like this has been put like this. Now this wire is not existing for us because this point is lying on its axis. So same thing, but you won't have. So it will be fourth option. Why? See, mu naught I by 4 pi r that we write. We are not going to multiply it with 2. So same thing, k cap. And this time this is moving inward. So it will be subtracted also. Plus mu naught I by, okay, no, this is a misprint. See, current is moving like this. It's the same current. So both will be added. 4r k cap. So from here, this will be the fourth option. Yes, pi plus 1. And lastly, I think the second option is left. So how we solve this? These are invalid because these are lying on the axis of it. This is a semicircle. So mu naught I by 4r direct. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, write it any figure you have not understood. You just tell me, I'll repeat that. Just text me a done in the chat box when completed. Okay, I think both of you have written. Let's see the next question. This says the magnetic field at the center of a circular coil of radius r due to current I flowing through it is B. The magnetic field at a point along the axis at the distance r by 2 from the center is C. It is saying when the circle was present with a radius r, current I is flowing across it. Okay, and the magnetic field is B. So what's the formula? Mu naught I by 2r, that is equal to B. Radius is also, okay, small r is given. Let's choose and write small r. Now it is saying when the axis is taken, then the distance from r by 2 is, see, the new let's say this is B prime, the new magnetic field, which we do not know at the axis. Axis means like this. So this x that we write is written as r by 2 this time. It is saying at a distance r by 2. and radius is small r only. So we need these only in the formula. If you remember, what's the formula? Mu naught I by capital R square divided by 2 into x square plus r square to the power 3 by 2. X is this, r is this. Now let's put the values. This will be mu naught I small r square divided by 2. X is r by 2, so x square will become r square by 4 plus r square to the power 3 by 2. You have to take the ratio of these. When you'll take the ratio, see, for this you need to simplify this a bit. This will be equal to mu naught I r square by 2. This becomes 4r square plus r square, 5r square. 5r square divided by 4 to the power 3 by 2. 2 gets cancelled. So this will be 2 cube by root 5 when you'll cancel it. Okay? Write it. I'll tell you if you're not able to solve it. See, from here, 5 to the power 3. This is left, root 5 to the power 3. When this 4 will go up, only 2 to the power 3 is left. See, 4 can be written as when here 4 will go up. See, in the denominator, we have 5 root 5 to the power whole cube left, right? This, I'm talking about this 4 which will go up. 4 to the power 3 by 2. We can write this as 4 to the power half to the power 3. What is 4 to the power half? It's 2. So 2 to the power 3. And see, rest of the terms, mu naught I, r square, r, mu naught I, 2, r square. From here, we have already r square. These will be cancelled, so this will be left. Got it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, write
Yes.
it. If you want me to slow anywhere, if you want me to repeat any part, please just tell me. I'll just repeat whatever doubts you have. You can just ask, okay? Because this is a crash course, so I'm not going into the details of every question, or I'm not repeating it twice, thrice by myself. So assuming it that your yes is answered honestly and you are understanding it. But wherever you are getting stuck, you are free to ask. Please write this. Okay, both of you have completed?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes.
I think this would be the last question for today, as we don't have much time. So let's complete this question and then I'll stop then. This is a question from 31st August 2021. Okay. This says a coil having n turns is wound tightly in the form of a spiral. When we say this, no, it is wound tightly in the form of spiral. It is like you are wrapping it again on the same point, like a sellotape. If you take a tape, so how does it look like? Like this, all the tape around, right? The rest of the tapes, they are held like this, on it, round and round like this. That makes the complete thick tape. So this is what is meant here, in the form of spiral like this. Inner radius is A, outer radius is B. Find the magnetic field at the center when current I passes through it. See, this requires a little usage of the integration. This is saying like this, all the coils have been tightly wound against each other, okay? Like this, all the coils have been tightly wound. So suppose finally at the center, we are stopping like this. This is how a tape also looks like. If you look at from the transverse view like this is also a tape. This is how a tape looks like. And like this are all the layers that are not colliding, because this goes like this, then this goes like this, then this goes like this. That is what is meant when it says spiral. So this is what is happening. And it has mentioned inner radius is A and the outer radius is B. Now, what we do, we have no information regarding anything else. So we take a very small, thick portion from a thin portion from this. Like this, suppose this is a small portion, a very, very small portion I have taken. This is actually a very small portion. This is not evenly drawn, so just don't go by the figure. But this is something like this, a very small segment of it I have taken. Like this. Means the thickness of this segment is dr. This is so small. Whenever we use the symbol d, it means we are representing it for infinitesimal point. Infinitesimal means something that is very small. Now, how to solve this question? We have got a very thin, very fine ring, which is the dr. Now we need to find out the value of the current that is passing through it. So for the magnetic field, for the current, anything that we are calculating, first, this should be in your mind, n number of turns are there. And we have dr as the separation. Now at the center, usually the magnetic field is mu naught n I divided by 2r. Usually this is the formula. So remember, if for B minus A, what is this thickness? Now, B minus A, out total is B, inner one is A. So this thickness will be B minus A. So for B minus A, the number of turns are N, right? So for a unit thickness, it will be 1 unit. For 1 unit thickness, the number of turns will be N by B minus A. So for this thickness, dr that I want to calculate, for dr, it will be n by b minus a into dr. What is this? This is the, see, this is the number of turns. Is it clear? Number of turns. See, number of turns is for b minus a, it's n. So for dr, it will be n by b minus a into dr. Have you understood it till here?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Now I'll put it in the formula. So this will be mu naught. Now we write Ni. What is N? N is this. N by B minus A dr. And then I will put I. What's the current? Current is capital I. And what else do we write? Mu naught Ni by 2R. Right? This is what we write. So let's write this as it is, divided by this whole divided by 2R. Now, what is the task? Task is to calculate for the whole, not for this dr thickness. So let's integrate it from 0 to the outermost part B. From the center, we are expanding it to the outermost part. Now just the calculation part is left. See, I'll bring the constant terms out. Mu naught is a constant, out. N by B minus A, constant term, out. Current is constant, it is out. This 2 is constant, it is out. What we are left with? dr by small r, integrating it from 0 to B. Now class, the answer. This is fine, mu naught Ni divided by 2B minus A. Look, whenever you have integral of dr by r, what do we write? Can anyone tell? Upasana or
Log.
Meera?
Log
Yes?
R.
Log R.
Yes.
Log R.
Log.
Log. So this will become log upper limit minus lower limit, log B minus log 0, or not 0 exactly. This will be A, because we are integrating it from A. Because from the center there is nothing present. We have to integrate it from the inner radius to outer radius. So what will be the answer? Mu naught Ni by 2B minus A log to the base E, B by A. Is there any option? This one, right? Fourth one. Got it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, please write
Yes.
it.
Yes, ma'am.
Just let me know once done.